So the next thing I wanted to get into was like work, because I feel like you have a lot of crazy stories at work, especially the one you were telling me about with Carrie Fisher and stuff. With
Yeah, yeah.
give us some stories.
So I started working in the studio, man, probably when I was 20, 19. I'm 30 now.
Mhm.
And I started on the Ellen DeGeneres show. And
Mm.
being there exposed you to millions of people. I know a lot of people, have their say in how she was, but to me she was nice.
Mhm.
But um dude, I got to meet Carrie Fisher, Chris Evans, Kobe Bryant, a whole bunch of people, brother. But I got to meet Carrie Fisher when she was promoting, I believe it was The Force Awakens,
Ooh, what was
you
that
know?
like, man, meeting
It,
Carrie?
it
You got to talk to her, right?
oh yeah, so it was, you know, it's one thing when you meet them like at a con, right? It's kind of boom.
Yeah.
But it's different when a person like that acknowledges you and comes up to you and talks to you like, hey, where's the bathroom? Hey, you know where I can get craft service and whatnot? I was like, yeah, this and that. But deep down, I'm just like, whoa, you know?
Yeah.
But then when I met her, I was just like, man, I was like, you know what? It's such an honor to meet you. Like, I didn't grow up with the original trilogy. Grew up with the prequels, but for me, you will always be Princess Leia. She was such a sweetheart, man. She, signed a figure that I had
Yeah.
and then signed a blank piece of paper. So that's the thing when I meet these people, like I happen to have a clipboard with me or papers and I just let them sign whatever it is that they, that
Yeah.
they could. But dude, she was such a sweetheart and I'm happy to have met her a few times, and
Wow.
that's something that again stays with me for forever, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sh so when she passed away and then Stan Lee passed away, it was after that I kinda was like, "Man, I need to start meeting these people at conventions." Because like, Carrie Fisher, I took for granted because she was always doing cons, like, doing MegaCon celebrations, New York Comic Con, and Stan Lee was at MegaCon every year, and I went to MegaCon, and I could have seen him, but I'm like, "Oh, he'll always be here at this con," and,
You
like,
never know, man.
Exactly. So after
You
both
never
of
know.
them is when I was like, "No, man, I need to do this and meet my heroes that I grew up on." So
Yeah.
thankfully, I've been able to meet like all the Star Wars people. I met Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd twice because I love
I,
Back
I
to the
saw that.
Future. Like,
I saw that. Yeah.
so yeah, I'm not taking it for granted. And like
No, don't.
When Mark Hamill got announced for Chicago,
Oh,
bro, I never booked a flight, hotel, and bought tickets so quick in my life because like he's up there.
yeah.
I had to hop on it. So the fact you got to meet Carrie a couple times, bro, that's so special, man.
So the cool thing about Mark Hamill is that I haven't gotten an autograph by him, but where I work, I know a lot of guys from the animation department.
Mhm.
Animation department, those guys worked on the Batman animated series.
Oh,
Yeah. So I got to see him, at the studio. I was like, dude, no way.
what?
I was like, I just want to shake his hand. I just want to just say hello.
Yeah.
And dude, he was such a nice guy. He was such a nice guy. He shook my hand, he's like, hey, how you doing? I was like, it's an honor to meet you. Um, I lost for words, but you are the farm boy, you're Luke to me, and you're Joker, because
Yeah.
I love the Batman animated series.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was kind of like an emotional time for him because I guess the voice actor for Batman, I believe, passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was there for that, and man, it was a time where I didn't want to bother him, but it was just an honor just to meet him,
Yeah.
you know. And same thing. So look, that's Carrie Fisher. That's Mark Hamill.
Uh-huh.
And then the other day, I saw Harrison Ford.
Like,
Yeah,
recently?
yeah.
Did you get to talk to him?
I didn't. I just saw him. He
Oh.
was heading the stage. Yeah, he comes on the studio unannounced.
Wow.
The first thing I told his PA, I was like, "Hey, where does he park the Millennium Falcon?" I was like, back on the back lot or where? Because I never see him come in, brother.
Yeah, and
But
that's crazy.
from what I've heard, he is such a nice guy. I get it, it's one thing when he feels overwhelmed with people bombarding him in the streets,
Yep, yep, yep.
but it's another thing when he's just working and he's himself, and
Yeah,
he was driving a golf cart. You see him biking around the studio. It's a unique thing when you see that because you're like, oh, Harrison Ford on a bike. Okay. And you're like, but deep down you want to say something, but you can't.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's just that that was a unique experience. So I've had my shared times where I've met a lot of people from Star Wars, and thankfully, and I'm grateful that it was for free, because
Yeah.
at work. And same thing with Ewan McGregor. I got to work with him on the movie Doctor Sleep. Like
Ooh,
I think what is that? The sequel
the
or the
sequel,
next
yeah, it's a sequel
to
to,
to The Shining?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Dude, all I kept thinking like, damn, we're promoting Doctor Sleep, but I just kept thinking of him going like this to the door.
yeah.
You know, such a nice guy, man. He's such a sweet guy. And then just like his accent, I was like, man, the fact that Ewan McGregor's talking to me, but I can't fanboy over it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, oh man, this is such a unique experience. And you know what? Even if I can't physically show it, it just stays with me,
Yeah.
you know? Same thing with Sam Jackson.
What,
Yeah.
you got to talk to Sam?
Not talk to him, but I got to see him come on the lot. I was just like, oh
Oh.
God, Mace Windu. There he goes. It's just, dude, it's a unique experience working for the studios
Yeah,
because one, you're creating things. Two, you're being a part of something that you love or grew up
yeah,
loving. And it was just, man, just those experiences to me, I was just like, you know what? Pay me whatever you want to pay me. I don't care. I got to meet these people. I got to,
yeah.
live my childhood dream. And yeah, man. I I saw one of your videos. You're a big fan of Elizabeth Olsen, right?
Oh, bro,
Uh,
I wanna marry her, bro. Freaking Wanda.
yeah. Okay, so if I would have known sooner before this recording, I would have sent it to you with the Ian McDermott. I'm gonna send it to you now. I
Ooh.
have a autographed that I worked on WandaVision.
Damn,
Yeah.
bro. Is she in person? Is she just as beautiful as she is online? And in
Can I be honest with you?
yes.
When I met her, it was an episode of the Halloween.
You saw her in the costume?
Yes,
Oh my
sir.
god, bro.
Yes,